No. I like that.
Good night, I want you to make some noise. This first song's called Thank You. 1, 2, 3. We are the ones that I want to let behind. Don't tell us how to live our lives. It's wrong. We're breaking all the rules. Thank you for nothing, because there's nothing left to lose. Thank you for feeding us seeds and lies. Thank you for the wars you left us survive. Thank you for the world you ruined overnight. We'll be fine, yeah, we'll be fine. Thank you for the way you grow. Like yo, it ain't no joke. So cold and it ain't no joke. It's just me, my friends, and my folks. We never do what we like. So raise that bird up high. Forever, never, never. Until tomorrow. Edmonton! Yeah. You keep it going. Saying that you want to be the one to put my life. Coming up strong, over the top. I will do anything to get you started. Tick tock, but I can't not hang it. Keep walking, niggas in my life. Take it how you want it, like it, I'm ever more with it. All the way to do it, hit it, lose the love. But baby, just baby, I'm tired of trying to fight it. Nobody, please tell me that you're sunshine on. When something feels so bright, it can't be wrong. See, girl, I'm gonna love you forever, ever, ever. Yeah, see, girl, I'm gonna hold you. I'm gonna hold you forever, ever, ever, ever. 1, 2, 3. Until tomorrow, baby, I got news to say. 'Cause it's your day, you take my hand. Until tomorrow. We love you. We're so glad to be be here. We have a single out right now. It's called American Dream. We want you guys to sing along with us. Yeah. Let's go.
See, we broke down, trying to leave town, finding out the world's a chance. We were born to run, God, here we come, escape from nowhere, you as bad.
Say goodbye to white picket fences. Say hello to palm trees and benches. And say we got to fall and have it all. We don't want 2 kids and a wife. I don't want to drive us in a life. Sometimes the underdogs ride. And the right will fall.
Edmonton! You sing the same summer song that she used to know. This day, that die, and there is a no. What is meant to best that we don't need. So tell me what it happens to be American dream. I know the world, I met her last night. She was fresh off the bed. She was thinking of a sunshine, and you guys up in the bed, you just kiss right in, twisted paradise. You sing the same summer song that she used to know. It's Jack, that die, and there is no one. What is meant to best that we would be. So tell me whatever happens to me, American dream. You sing the same summer song that she used to know. So baby, let's get it right. Go, you know that nothing is the way we used to be. So tell me whatever happens to me, American. Na na na, na 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 na, na 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 na. Na na na, na 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 na, na 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 na. Edmonton, you ready to sing with us? I want you to repeat after me like this. Here we go. Na na na, na 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 na, na 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 na. You guys sing it. Edmonton, I know you can get louder than that. Come on now. 1, 2, 3. You sing the same summer song that she used to know. This day, that die, and there is a goal. What is meant to best that we turn for the band. Thank you so much for having us. We love you. Thank you.
My fans. But the most meaningful shorthand of all is the one I use when I'm about to drive. #X. It's an easy way to tell everyone that I'm about to drive, and I do it every time before I get behind the wheel. Use #X to pause the conversation before you drive, because no text is worth the line.
For those who don't know who I am, my name is Spencer West, and I'm a warrior. I wanted to start by sharing some words with you, words that have described my journey and who I am, and you might even know these words. Now, I'm a warrior. Now, I've got thicker skin, I'm a warrior, and I am stronger than I've ever been, and my armor is made of steel, you can't get in, I'm a warrior. And you can never hurt me again. Now, I'm so honored to be able to share a bit of my journey with you tonight and to invite you to become warriors too. I'm so grateful to call Demi a friend, a mentor. She's someone who's led a life of purpose and someone who is a true warrior. Now, both Demi and I believe in the potential that we all have to become warriors. We both believe in women's empowerment, and we both share love of East Africa. And of course, the more obvious things, we're both glamorous, great musicians, have beautiful hair. Maybe not that last one, maybe that's just Demi. Now, before we go any further, I thought maybe I'd address the elephant in the room. Let's get the awkwardness out of the way. That, of course, no, your eyes aren't deceiving you. This hat is made of pork. And of course, I don't have any legs. I was born with legs, but I was born with a genetic disease that caused the muscles of my legs not to work. So at the age of 2, they removed at the knee in hopes that I could use artificial legs and get around that one. But unfortunately, that didn't work out. So then at the age of 5, they removed just below my pelvis, which is basically what you see now. Now, after my surgeries, my family and I were told by the doctors that I would never sit up by myself, that I would never walk by myself, and that I probably wouldn't be a functioning member of society. But my family and I refused to believe that. So we set out to find my inner warrior and to prove them wrong. Now, I realize that many of you probably can't identify with not having any legs, and that's okay. But I think it's safe to say that at one point or another, we've all been told that we can't do something, or at the very least, that we won't be good at something. Now, the one person who is my hero, who has believed in me from the day that I was born, day after day, and saw the potential that I had, is my mom. Now, I'm sure there's some moms here in the audience tonight. Can we please give them some love and a big round of applause, please? I am one of the greatest moms in the entire world, and again, she saw the potential that I had. And I want to take you back to those first few years of my life. I grew up in the United States, in the state of Wyoming, and I had a normal childhood. I loved riding my skateboard with my friends, playing video games and listening to music. But every time I went out in public, people made me feel different. And I want to take you back to those first few years of my life.
I grew up in the state of Wyoming. Nobody knew anything was wrong with me until I was born. And that's when they discovered that my legs weren't working. And in the end, they discovered that it was a disease called sacroiligenesis. Because of that, it's caused my legs not to work.
And after my surgeries, my family and I were told by the doctors that I won't be able to sit up, that I won't be able to walk. At best, I would lead an inactive and uninspired life. Now, when it came time for high school, I wanted to play a sport, to be a well-rounded student. So I became a cheerleader. And not only did I enjoy it, but I was pretty good at it too. Now again, I never thought it was different until I went out in public, and then other people made me feel different. The first 2 questions I get before anybody even asks me my name are where are your legs and how to use the washroom. And what I began to realize is if I was going to get people to see past this and see what's in here, I had to start answering some of these questions whether I wanted to or not. So I would tell people how I lost my legs and I used the washroom just like everybody else. Thank you for being so concerned. Now, as many of you might have experienced, we live in a society where so often we're defined by what we look like instead of who we are as a person. I don't want to be known as this guy without legs. I'd rather be known as Spencer West, the smart, funny, clearly handsome guy that has goals and dreams just like everybody else, but because I looked different when it came time for school, I was bullied. The one class that I dreaded going to every single day was gym class. And you know how they get everybody to stand in a line and they have 2 people come out and pick person after person to be on a team? I was always the last person chosen. At recess, I chose to hang out with the girls instead of playing sports with the boys. But because I was hanging out with the girls, I was called a lot of really horrific names. Now, one day while going down the hall, one student thought it would be funny to grab the back of my wheelchair, so I stopped abruptly, my books fell on the floor, and then I tumbled out after him. When it came time for high school, as you saw in that video, I felt a lot of pressure to play sports. I thought, okay, well, I'll become a cheerleader, because I figured if I couldn't be on the court, I would do the next best thing and be on the sidelines. But one day while cheering at a basketball game, I heard a girl from the crowd saying, "What's Spencer doing out there? This isn't a disabled team." And I remember hearing that, getting so angry and thinking, what? You told me to play a sport, and now that I'm playing a sport, I'm not playing the right sport, and what, people with disabilities can't play sports? In that moment, I realized I would never win. And no matter what I did, it would never be good enough, and I had a choice to make. And I chose to stop caring about what other people thought. I had spent so much time trying to fit in and listening to everybody else that I'd allowed other people's opinions to change what I knew to be true about myself, and I wouldn't do that anymore. In high school, I found my inner voice and realized that now I'm a warrior. Now I've got thicker skin, I'm a warrior. But life moves on. I went into university, got a degree, got into the real world and had everything society told me I needed. I had some money, I had the right clothes, had the latest gadgets, but funny enough, I still wasn't happy. And a couple of years ago, a good friend of mine called and invited me to go on a Me2Me volunteer trip to Kenya to help build a school for free children.
Thank you.
Now, when my friend said this to me, I was like, what? He said, remember, standing on my hands, I'm 2'7" tall. I'm pretty sure that's a snap to half the animals in Kenya. And I don't want to be Meals on Wheels, thank you. But I couldn't stop thinking about that conversation, and I realized that I needed to take a risk and step outside of my comfort zone. It was time for a new journey. So in March of 2008, I went to Kenya. Now on this trip, I learned about the Me2Me movement and how it's a family of organizations, Me2Me, Free the Children, and We Day. It was founded by a 12-year-old boy named Craig Kielberger after he read a newspaper article about a child laborer who was sold into child slavery, was eventually freed, and at the age of 12, was murdered for speaking out against child labor. Craig brought this newspaper article to his grade 7 class, asked his friends for help, and sparked a movement among a generation of young people to make a difference both at home and abroad. In East Africa, on this trip, not only was it life-changing, but I fell in love with the scenery, the sunsets, and the people. And I learned some really important lessons while I was there. I saw how desperately these kids wanted to go to school, but their schools were literally crumbling around them. For the first time, I saw poverty through someone else's eyes. I saw how education could break the cycle of poverty, but girls didn't get to go to school. They were expected to collect water from the river 3 to 5 times a day, back and forth, over and over again. And when I saw all this, I thought, how did we let the world get this way? Why were we all just living in our own bubble, and why weren't we doing more? Now the moment that actually changed everything for me is when we arrived at the new Free the Children schools. Then all of these kids came running out, and we sat in a circle in the grass, and they asked me every question under the sun to get to know me. Where was I from? How did I get here? Where were my legs? Did I leave them in the United States? But at the end, after I told them my story, a young girl raised her hand. She looked at me, and in Swahili she said, "Sakuta hiyo kitu, ingefanyika usiku pia." And translated it to English, she said, I didn't know that this sort of thing, meaning the loss of my legs, could happen to white people too. And that's one phrase changed my entire journey. That one phrase helped me recognize how I could be a warrior by using my story to inspire other people to look at challenges differently, but also to get involved with something that they were passionate about. On this trip to Kenya in East Africa, I learned that now I'm a warrior. Now I've got thicker skin, I'm a warrior, and I am stronger than I have ever been. Now, I knew that I couldn't go home and do nothing. These people had quickly become my friends and family, and I owed it to them. I had to do something. So I joined the Me2Me movement, moved from the United States to right here in Canada. I'm a motivational speaker for Me2Me and ambassador for Free the Children. I travel around the world sharing my story, inspiring folks to get involved with something they're passionate about. A couple of years ago with my 2 best friends, I wanted to give back, so we climbed Mount Kilimanjaro, the largest mountain in Africa, to raise funds and awareness for Free the Children communities around the world. And during the summer, I lead our volunteer trips overseas to places like Africa, Latin America, and Asia. Now, along my journey, I've met some incredible people, but more importantly, I met some incredible warriors. Now, last summer, somebody very special was celebrating her 21st birthday. Now, I had the distinct honor of hosting Demi Lovato in East Africa. I was so excited to be hosting her, and not only that, from the moment that Demi arrived in East Africa, it was as if she'd lived there her entire life. I was so impressed, she jumped right in, started hanging out with the kids. She helped us build a school, and I'll never forget when she went on a water walk with the mamas. Now, I've been on a water walk with a lot of people, but I've never seen anybody take off their shoes and barefoot, fill up that bucket of water, strap it to her head, and walk the entire way barefoot. Let's go out to Africa now to watch Demi and those incredible mamas.
It's really, really heavy. But so Dad didn't even want to complain because he wouldn't have to do it 5 times a day. The weight from the water was obviously heavy, but I feel like emotionally it was heavy. I just realized, wow, I'm doing a fifth of what they do every single day. Y'all keep saying you're impressed with me, but you'll need to say you're impressed with this one. Good job, my
We were so impressed. And later, Demi and I sat around the fire and talked about her trip, and in that moment I realized that she developed a love for East Africa too, and how those words rang true for her, that now I'm a warrior. Now I've got thicker skin, I'm a warrior, and I'm stronger than I've ever been, and my armor is made of steel. You can't get in. Now Demi brought her love of East Africa back here to North America to empower us to become warriors too. Warriors of love, warriors of compassion, warriors of making the world a better place. And she's done this through two ways. The first is through something called We Day. How many of you guys have been to We Day before? Yeah. Now, for those who don't know what We Day is, it's a gathering of youth from all across the world that we help to host through Free the Children. We Day celebrates the actions that you guys take both locally and globally to make the world a better place. There's 14 We Days around the world. There's actually one coming up in Calgary very soon, which we're so excited about. Now, Demi has come to many of these We Days to share her story and her music. Now, not only is she inspiring us here in Canada and North America, but she's also inspiring the incredible girls and women in East Africa. This bracelet that I'm wearing here today is called the Demi Lovato Rafiki Friend Chain. How many of you guys have seen The Lion King? So, do you guys remember that monkey, Rafiki, on The Lion King? Well, Rafiki in Swahili, the language they speak in East Africa, means friend. Demi is showing her friendship to these incredible women. She designed this bracelet, and 100% of the proceeds go to support a women's empowerment center in East Africa to teach girls and women new skills like how to become an artisan or financial literacy. You can buy these bracelets at any of the merch booths here tonight or at our website at me2we.com. We're hoping that you'll purchase one and show your support for these incredible women who are some of the fiercest and most compassionate warriors I have ever met. Take a look.
My name is Valerie Wizwadi. I work with Me2We artisans, and for the last decade, I've been working side by side with these women to uplift their lives. Our
Whatever
Rafiki
move,
symbolizes
I'm
a
making a
connection to
video.
a woman here. It's a sign of friendship, but it's also in solidarity with the culture of the Maasai women who've been beating for centuries. Demi and the women shared smiles and laughter. They share more than that. They share a mission. They share a belief in the future empowerment of women. When you wear a Demi Lovato Rafiki, 100% of the proceeds go towards building a women's empowerment center where literally thousands of women will get the chance to uplift their children's lives from poverty. The Women's Empowerment Center will enable women to learn financial literacy skills, agriculture skills, life skills, having daycare to be able to support their children at the very same time as they earn an income to uplift their families.
Those women have shown us what is possible and what true warriors are, and they live those words that Demi shared with us every single day, that now I'm a warrior. Now I've got thicker skin, I'm a warrior, and I'm stronger than I've ever been, and my armor is made of steel, you can't get in. I'm a warrior, and you can never hurt me again. But tonight is not just about those women, or myself, or Demi. We're looking to all of you to become warriors for the causes you care about as well. Maybe that's protecting the environment. Maybe that's ending poverty right here in your own community. Maybe that's standing up against bullying. Maybe that's donating to a local food bank. Maybe that's buying a Rafiki, or maybe that's even following in Demi's footsteps and coming to Africa to help build the school. But if there's nothing that you remember from our time here tonight, I want you to remember this. Whatever your challenge,
'Cause you're all I need. They say love is clear to see, but darling, stay with me. Why am I so emotional? I thought I could look me some self-control. Deep down I know there's never words, but you can lay with me so it doesn't hurt. Oh, won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all I need. They say that love is clear to see, but darling, stay with me. Stay with me, 'cause you're all I need. They say love is clear to see, but darling, stay with me. And won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all I need. They say love is clear to see, but darling, stay with me.
Yeah, yeah. Right there. That's funny.